This is another episode of Standup Comedy, your host and MC, celebrating 40-plus years on the fringe of show business. Stories, interviews, and comedy sets from the famous and not so famous. Here's your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have another terrific show, two great headliners on this week's podcast. Coming up later on, you know the name, Jay Leno, one of the regulars at my club and a guy I did a couple large sold-out concerts with. We'll get to Mr. Leno and his material later in the show. But to start things off, a terrific first headliner. This gentleman, Don Friesen, is one of the best road comics. He's been doing his craft for over 30 years, is still entertaining at many clubs and doing one-man shows all around the country. He is and was the only two-time winner of the San Francisco Comedy Competition, been on lots of TV shows, and just a great guy. What's interesting is both these comics made their careers by being clean and funny, and that's something that's always important to remember. I think you'll see what I mean. Ladies and gentlemen, our first headliner for this podcast, Don Friesen.
I really don't even know when that happened, you know? It just did. One day I realized she has a checkbook, I have a check. One pathetic, lonely, miserable emergency check, number 1342. I've been carrying it in my wallet for 11 years. It's all crumpled up, you can't hardly make out the teddy bears. I don't even know what emergency I'm allowed to use it in. You can't spin it without looking like a dork, you know? People look at you funny. That guy just pulled a check out of his wallet. Must be married. Even the clerk's got to help. You sure you want to spin that, man? Maybe you better give her a call. Call her up, wuss man. Wuss, wuss. My dad had one check, too. One check, no cash. Now I finally understand why he always had like $8,000 worth of change in his pockets. He was embezzling money out of the marriage, a nickel at a time. He was a visionary. We'd catch him in the bedroom, rolling quarters. What are you doing? Nothing. Don't tell your mother. He had like 28 keys in the other pocket so he wouldn't tip over. He was beating the system, man. Oh, some of you enjoying this a little more than others, huh? Picking up a lot of wuss energy over here. Where's that coming from? You guys married people? You guys married? Yeah, how you doing? I can always spot a brother. How you doing, man? Brother in the struggle, wussa wussa. What's your name, sir? Nice to meet you. What's your check number? How long have you been married? 5 years? All right, that's kind of new. Do you still get to pick out your own food at restaurants and stuff? Sometimes? That's a start. Okay. You're probably like me. I'm allowed to. I just don't know what the hell I like. That part of my brain's been dormant for many a year, you know? It's fine normally. Every once in a while you go to a fancy restaurant, it's a little embarrassing, and the waiter comes around. It's like, we have mesquite grilled scallops. Oh, scallops. Hold on. Do I like scallops? Yes, you do. Yes, I do. Well, you heard her. You guys don't even need me, huh? Next time, just put your hand up my back. We'll save some time. I love scallops. Let's go to the fabric store next. I didn't say that. There's nothing in that fabric store but pain and suffering, man. Walk in, it's like kryptonite. Losing power, must decide quickly. Honey, you like this? I can't feel my eyes. 11 years, I'm still falling for rookie mistakes. I was in Target, my wife gives me that, honey, why don't you go get in line? I'm almost finished. Okay, you mean it this time, right? Because I feel kind of stupid with the empty cart here. That line flies when you got nothing, huh? People just move out of the way to see the idiot come through, you know? Where's he going? I don't know. Let him go. You get up to the front, you're a complete moron. You, hey, how you doing? It's just a dry run. I'll be back. Good to see you. A couple minutes later, you're back through. Hey, me again. Sorry, I don't Eventually, you just lose the cart altogether, you know. Go through on foot, stand in that next to front position, let them through one at a time. Okay, go ahead. I don't see her. Go ahead. I'm still in charge here. No problem. I'm next. She comes. Right. 5 minutes of that, people just ignore you altogether. The line just bows around you. You're just some loser reading Red Book, you know. Just talking to the clerk. You ever find your wife? No, I didn't. I learned 15 ways to satisfy a man. Hard to believe leaving Target didn't make the list, huh? I guess I shouldn't complain. I get pretty good allowance. You too? I thought I was the only one. I was married for about 5 years before I realized that I wasn't the only one. I was at a party with my friend, and he says he gets like $60 a week allowance, and the single guy with us was appalled. He was like, "You get an allowance?" And I was like, "You get $60?" I'm telling Mom. Things change when you're married. People say the sex changes when you're married. I think what changes is what you'll do to get it. Seriously, I used to try and stay in good shape, be romantic. Now I want to impress her. Take out the trash. Oh, you stallion. I do what I can. I've got some laundry going. I'm really horny. Laundry's an aphrodisiac in our household, man. Our entire apartment complex. I never see women doing laundry. It's always me and 14 other wusses. Got our little baskets in the hallway, exchange that glance. Somebody's getting laid. Whoos, whoos. Well, you can't tell by the way I fold my socks. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Yeah, spice it up. Try things different, you know? We tried having sex standing up. You guys tried that? Is that legal out here? It's cool. I was a little nervous, you know, at first. I kept thinking she was going to drop me, you know. I don't know. I'm happily married. I hope to be happily married when I'm 50 years married, you know. Because I do want to be married 50 years, but some people you see, like, you could tell they've been pissed for 49. Why are you guys even together? Well, I said forever. A deal's a deal. You guys should split up. Oh, I wouldn't give her the satisfaction. I think I can outlast her. State Farm pays the winner. Everybody come to Burbank with me, would you? All right, come on, let's go. Just got to clear it with my wife. Oh, Southwest Airlines, $39, huh? 12 stops, but no assigned seats either. Just one big mad scramble at the gates, like, go. What happened? Well, the music stopped. Guess I'm on the next one. Check that itinerary closely. You ever think you have a direct flight, fall asleep, wake up, there's like 15 bags of peanuts on you? Where the hell have I been? They're the only airline that's ever tossed me peanuts. Talk about a zoo-like moment. I was like, hi, could I have some more? Oh, thank you. My bad. I wasn't ready. All right, I'll get the next one. Two down, look alive. Those pilots scare me, too. I wish they wouldn't talk to you if they're on Prozac. This guy comes out. We're stuck on the tarmac for like almost an hour once. He finally comes on. He's like,
This here, Captain speaking. You may have noticed we're experiencing a slight delay. I just got word there's some sort of bolt or screw or thing unscrewed, and we're gonna screw it back in. We'll be on our way. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Those guys seem to know what they're doing, I guess. Shoot, if anything, I'd be more worried about me, you know? I don't know. You know, you work your whole life. What does it all mean, you know? I don't even know where we're flying today. What, Phoenix, Dallas, you tell me. It's all one big Percocet blur. Percocet, Percodan, one of those perky products. Doesn't seem to perk me up like it used to. You ever dream you could fly? Wake up and you are? That's a trip and a half, man. What do you guys care, huh? You got your own little concerns. My safety, my destination. The customer's always right. Me. Yeah, if you're so right, how come you ended up on my flight, huh? It's not always like this. Sometimes I have good days. Days like today, I just want to fly this baby where the sun don't shine. Who's your captain? And lucky for you, I don't even know the right sequence of buttons to push. I cheated on the test. I had to. It was hard, man. Those guys in the tower piss me off. No, nothing I do is ever good enough. You miss one runway, they never let you live it down. Everything's my fault. You're coming in too low. Check the altimeter thingy or whatever. Making it hard for me to get to my happy place. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Well, good for you. Must be nice to be so perfect. I don't even know what the guys are saying half the time. I just wait till they're finished. I say, Roger. I don't even want to be a pilot, you know? I just want to be a dancer. Yeah, let the real me come out. So what if I fly naked? That's my business. It's my cockpit. Sometimes you gotta air it out. My plane is falling apart. My marriage is falling apart. Apparently I need to learn how to communicate. Blah, blah, blah. You never listen. You're not sensitive to my needs. Roger. I just don't feel pretty anymore. I'm in a very vulnerable place right now. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. see co-pilot Bill brought his keyboard tonight. I don't think so, Bill. Not tonight. I'm not in the mood.
Come on, Captain.
I don't know. Was that A minor?
Roger.
Oh, first you're stealing my wife, now you're stealing my lines. Perfect. I thought that I could never live without her by my side. Then I spent so many nights thinking how she did me wrong. I grew strong. Ow! I learned how to get along. Oh, what now doing? Walk out the door. Just turn around now. I'm free. You're not welcome anymore. How's some plans? But you're the one who tried to tell me not to die. Think I lay down and die. We got clearance to take off now. Find my pants, we'll be on our way. I will survive. I will. Line?
Survive?
Thank you so much, you guys.
Don Friesen, you could see why he's one of the funniest guys still out there working, doing one-man shows and comedy clubs all over the country. Very, very funny guy. And coming up now, one of the most famous comics ever, Jay Leno. This gentleman worked for us many times before he was famous. And then after he got famous, I did a couple great sold-out concerts with him here in Sacramento. A great guy, always easy to work with. What's interesting is that he could do an hour and a half set, totally clean, totally funny, and just always amazing. Of course, you know him from The Tonight Show, and most recently he's been on Last Man Standing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear some comedy from back in 1986 from Jay Leno.
Coming up here as a plane, as I said, I got stuck at the airport. It was so packed today, everybody flying. Bought a bunch of magazines. Pick up the new issue of Playboy. I'm too old for this, you know. This is a magazine written for guys 18 to 25. I think once most men hit 30, you see through the more obvious tricks Playboy uses to keep men interested in the magazine. Like in the front of Playboy now, they have this thing where there are pictures of 4 or 5 playmates, and they ask each playmate a question. And of course, each woman answers in her own words. You know. Like last month's question was, what kind of men do you like? Now, here you have these incredibly attractive women. They could go out with anybody they want. And they always give some stupid Playboy answer like, well, I like dumb guys with no money, you know. So you know there's some poor 18-year-old locked in the latrine of the USS Kitty Hawk in the middle of the Mediterranean going, hey, I could go out with her. I'm going to write her a letter in crayon on a paper bag. Gee, I know she'll fly to Portland and meet my ship when it comes in. Yeah. Because the December issue is the one that has all those fabulous Playboy bachelor gift items. You know, the ones made by Swank. You know, this. You know, the things no single 18-year-old guy can live without, like the 3-foot chrome shoehorn. You know, I used to believe this stuff. I was talking about this the other night. When I was 19 years old, I sent away $14.95 for the Playboy electric swizzle stick. You know, a little drink mixer, 2 D-sized batteries, Playboy emblem, put it in a woman's drink, free mixer drink. Very sophisticated, you know. I figured women would be real impressed with this. And I figured I'd walk into parties, women would go, huh? What's that, a Playboy swizzle stick? All right. Yes. How about the penthouse letters? Do many of this gentleman, do you read the penthouse letters, sir? You don't read them. I guess Bible class keeps you pretty busy most of the time. All right. How about the gentleman with the jacket and tie? A jacket and tie, obviously your first time at one of my shows, sir. What, Now, do you read the penthouse letters? Absolutely. Well, I certainly don't want to bet you, sir, but I... So you think the letters are real? They never printed your letter, sir. So did you actually send the letter in, sir? And I believe him, too, huh? How about the gentleman next to him there? Do you read the pen? Don't read them. He's lying, sir. I think that's fair to assume a man you've never met until a moment ago. Ask him a simple question and you assume he's lying, sir. Your faith in humanity is unbelievable, sir, really. He's lying. He's lying. He's lying. Why would he lie, this guy? Well, actually, the penthouse letters are based on the assumption that any woman whose car breaks down on a deserted highway in the middle of the night is looking to get laid. And if you believe that, then of course the truck driver who stops to help her with the can of Ready Whip, this makes perfect sense. See, my favorite penthouse letters are the ones written by women, because you know women didn't write them. You know some dork-brained guy wrote this letter. You can tell by the way it's written a woman didn't write it. Your typical penthouse letter from an alleged woman is always like, Dear Penthouse, I'm an attractive woman, and then she gives her measurements, as most women do when writing a letter. I think that's fairly common. And should you have pouting breasts or supple buttocks, you want to put that in the letter too there. So people know a little bit more about you, the individual. See, my favorite thing, I'm always amazed at how willingly the women in the penthouse letters are to accept whatever sexual punishment destiny deems necessary. Again, your typical alleged letter is always like, Dear Penthouse, I'm an attractive woman who is an avid feminist and president of my local ERA chapter. Recently, my boss asked me to get him coffee. When I refused, he took me over his knee and gave me a sound spanking. Needless to say, I became his love slave. Needless to say. I think that's fairly common office practice, isn't it? I think most professional women have been through this kind of thing a number of times. You know what amazed me? Now, this is unbelievable. I read this in the paper. What do you think is the most widely read magazine in America? Take a guess. It is TV Guide. It used to be Reader's Digest. Now it's TV Guide. TV Guide is now considered reading in America. When did this happen? I think it happened the same day ketchup became a vegetable in this country. Are you coming to bed, dear? Oh, in a couple hours, honey. I just want to see who's on Crosswits for the rest of the week. I like the new ad campaign. You need TV Guide because TV's getting more complicated every day. Gee, you know there are people out there saying, gee, we'd like to watch The Dukes of Hazzard. We just don't have the educational background. If only there was a supplement we could follow along. I watch my favorite show every day, People's Court. Oh, this is like Attack of the Pinheads, this program, isn't it? He took my pen. I did not. He took my pen. You shut up. I think you should give the death sentence to some of these litigants. And I feel sorry for Judge Wapner. He must take so much grief from the other judges. I mean, let's face it. Hey, judges are a pretty pompous group. Whenever you get a bunch of judges in a room, they'll always try to impress one another with the important cases they've handled. Well, I remember the essence of the Miranda decision was essentially that the rights of the individual should triumph over the needs of the majority. Well, here comes Judge Wapner now. Hey, Wapner, how'd you make out with that case of the puppy-stained carpet? Game shows. You know, there was a time in this country you had to know something to be on a game show. Password, College Bowl, even Jeopardy you had to know facts. Now they have shows, well, I guess it just got canceled. Anything for Money, you ever seen this? It's a game show. What they do on the show is they try to find people with severe economic problems, and they offer them the choice between human dignity and small financial gain. This is the kind of program Gorbachev would like to show the Russian people as examples of what life in America must really be like, you know? Watch capitalist pig have to jump in bag of shit for $100. Huh? Still want to emigrate, Ishmael? No, Gorby, please, no. As I mentioned the other night, they brought back the newlywed game and the dating game. This is kind of an interesting thing. You see, there's a theory behind this. Although the literacy rate in this country is low, the networks are worried that it's not quite low enough. So by bringing back shows like the dating game, what they hope to do is mate genetically inferior people in the realization that they will reproduce mutant offspring, thus ensuring the next generation of contestants for these game shows. You know, it's a fascinating theory. He was talking about lifestyles of the rich and famous. This is like Karl Marx's worst nightmare come true, this program. It's like capitalism on acid, you know. Why do rich people even go on the show? All the show is a video gift catalog for criminals, you know. You know, they sit home with their VCRs. You play that tape back video. You want to see where Cher's secret wall safe is again, you know. I saw one the other night. I saw this on TV. I thought this was great. Burger King, win $1,000 a month for life. Have you seen this ad? They show the guy Rolls Royces, buy a chalet in England. Yeah, good luck, pal. Try and get a hotel room for $1,000 a month. Oh, this is great. It's great. Just no conception. I'm amazed it shows that they're number one. The A-Team, this is still like a top show. You like this program? Now, see, now you guys don't like it for the same reason I don't like it. Boy, you missed the first 2 or 3 minutes. It's so hard to follow, huh? Gee, that complicated story and the surprise ending where the car goes in the water. Who would have guessed that was going to happen again this week? What's the premise of the A-Team? You have these Vietnam veterans wrongly accused of a crime hiding out from the police. All right, let's analyze the characters. You got Mr. T, the black guy, muscles, chains, big strength on his head. George Apard, the white guy, silver hair, big cigar, 2 male models, a woman in a bikini. They're in a black van with a red stripe, a wing on the top, mag wheels. Mr. T's driving, and the cops are going, we can't find him. I don't know where the hell they could be, boy. They are just... See what USA Today said about the A-Team? Hey, you talk about people getting dumber. You ever read this, USA Today? This is like America's biggest school newspaper or something. And then I always feel like they should have a think and do page on the back of this for people. They said the A-Team was the most violent show on TV, which is not really fair. Because if you have kids, you know the most violent thing on TV is what? Cartoons! Sure, if you're a 5-year-old kid and you watch cartoons all day, and I think this is a reasonable analogy. Kids think if you take a stick of dynamite, put it under a dog's ass and set it off, the dog's eyeballs will go boo! Sure, kids think you hit a dog with an axe, you got 2 dogs. And of course, every Friday night, one of my favorites, Knight Rider. Oh boy, here's a show that makes the Dukes of Hazzard look like Citizen Kane, this thing. Again, my favorite episode, I always talk about this one, the one where Michael Knight was forced to do battle with his evil twin. See, I knew it was his real twin because this guy couldn't act either. Is this a real problem for a lot of Americans, evil twinism? I mean, why do I keep seeing the Dynasty has an evil twin? I mean, does this happen to anybody? Ever gone to work, found out you've been fired because yesterday after you left, your evil twin came in and screwed up all the work you've done? See, I don't like the fantasy show. I like the old fascist police shows, your pre-Miranda programs, you know, like Hawaii Five-0. This is a good one. Book 'em, Dano. Hey, what about my rights, McGarrett? Rights? The Constitution is 3,000 miles away. You're not in America now, pal. This is Hawaii. Get him out of here. And slap his parents around, too. That'll teach him a lesson. Raise a kid like that in Oahu, will you? I'll fix you. Well, what are the hot shows now? I guess Miami Vice, that seems to be the hot program now, people. This is essentially Charlie's Angels without the estrogen, really, when you think about it. I think it's a pretty realistic show. 2 cops, what do they make? $22,500 a year, drive Ferrari, wear designer clothes. And like most police on their way to an emergency call, they play loud rock music. What's that, Glenn Fry? That's a code 1. Let's get on that fella. You know. Helltown was canceled. Hard to believe. Pretty realistic show, but a priest who doesn't turn the other cheek, he blows it away. The Equalizer, that's not bad. I wonder what happened to all that money from the Bernard Getz Defense Fund, you know. Matt Houston, there's a good one. But a millionaire that does detective work on the side. Yeah, I know if I became a millionaire, first thing I'd do, try to nail down some second job. Probably when I could work nights and maybe get shot in the face. Yeah. Well, who's the guy that started all this stuff? I guess that'd be the Magnum guy, right? Selleck, Tom Selleck. What's he been on, 9 years that show's been on, something? Is he still a good-looking guy later? Or is this guy out? Just no. Now, who likes Tom Selleck? Some woman with a hysterectomy back there, apparently. Are you all right, miss? Sometimes those things stick out of the seat there. You sound like you're injured. see anyone get hurt, certainly, at this kind of a thing. Who likes Tom Selleck? Someone said that? Who was the lady? Where? Here, now, what? Just okay? Really good looking? What? Adorable. So that really good looking? Sex appeal. I think he's probably gay, this guy. Huh? Yeah, you know. You know, I tell you, it makes me sad to see intelligent young women taken in by such an obvious cheap charade, really. I think men can spot it. I think most men are like me. I look at a guy like Selleck, right away it's obvious. The fake height, the phony muscles, the obvious toupee, that little cod piece in the pants there. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Here's a good rule for women to follow. I think this is fair. You see any good-looking guy, over 6'3", all his hair, mustache, good body, crease in his pants, probably gay. You see a little dumpy guy, stained T-shirt, six-pack, couple of Twinkies, watching the A-Team. This is my kind of guy, huh? This guy knows who he is. None of this identity crap all over him, boy. Well, it's good to be back in California. I was been traveling around the country, running all over the places in New York, Philly. And it's what, sir? I did see this. See, we don't get the big circus here. We don't get Ringling. Well, we do. We had Ringling. Usually we get Circus Vargas. You ever go to Circus Vargas, that traveling syphilitic sideshow there with those... those diseased animals and hermaphrodite clowns throwing anthrax spores at the children. Jesus, like... It's like entertainment from the 9th century. Geeks, trolls, mutants, all these inbred circus people. They come out from under bridges looking for some kind of summer job on this thing. They bring disease and pestilence into the area. You know the worst part about this circus? Gee, they give the animal no dignity. I mean, I think the humans run the planet. I don't think the animals are going to launch any massive offensive. I mean, isn't the elephant a pretty amazing animal? I mean, why can't they just let the elephant stand there for the children to admire? Why do they have to embarrass the elephant? They put him in that stupid party hat. You know, he's got to stand on a little stool. Ah! And to make matters worse, the elephant has to walk for a half hour in a circle with his nose in the other elephant's ass. All right? Now, how'd you like to go to work every day with your nose in the guy's ass in front of you there? And the sad thing is, a lot of these elephants are trying to get into legitimate theater, and this is the only chance they have, really. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. I came from a small town. We never had the real circus. We used to get those cheap Kmart circuses, you know, those ones they set up in a parking lot on weekends, and all the rides are on the back of trucks, and they always leave the engine in the truck running in case they kill a kid and they got to get out of there, you know. He's dead, let's go. Woo, woo, woo. You ever see people who run carnivals? They always seem to be on some sort of prison work furlough program. You know, horribly misspelled tattoos, no shirts, and they always seem to be leering at the children. Hey, lady, it's a nice-looking boy you got. I did a prison show recently. Now, this was interesting. Working in a prison was kind of strange because... you find out things that you learn from television are not true. Like criminals in real life do not laugh the way criminals laugh on television. You know what I'm talking about? You ever see the way criminals laugh on television? They always laugh in descending order of the head criminal. I mean, you've seen this scene 1,000 times. The big criminal, Mr. Big, sitting at the end of the table, all the other criminals sitting alongside him, and the head criminal always says something like, by this time tomorrow, Matt Houston will be dead. They kind of laugh all the way down the, it's kind of a rough year for criminals. Manson and Sirhan denied parole again this year. I guess this came as quite a shock to the immediate families. Every year Manson comes up for parole. Does he think he's going to get a chance? Do you think he thinks do you think he tries to get the parole? I mean, what does a guy like Manson even say to his cellmate before he meets with the parole board? What do you think, Bob? The blue tie? Too busy? Yeah. Manson was injured this year in prison. You know about this? Kind of an interesting thing. A fellow inmate threw gasoline on him and set him on fire during a religious argument. Here's a couple of major theologians for you, huh? Gee, I wonder what part of the scriptures they were having trouble with when One threw gasoline in the other one's face and set him on fire. Still think it's Matthew 10? Ah! Oh, boy. Well, this is a good group. Can we turn the lights up a little bit, see what the crowd looks like? Ah! Oh, what a handsome crowd. Oh, this is a good group. All right, now, Mr. Comedy, you'll get to all your questions in just a moment there. All right. Well, that's a good group we have here. How about the gentleman with the jacket and tie? What kind of work you do, sir? Yeah, apparently the term seems foreign to you, sir. Now, what kind of work do you do? You're in the grocery business, so you're in marketing. I think it sounds better to women that way, pretty much. Now, what kind of thing do you do in the grocery business? Oh, apparently we have two people sharing a brain here, ladies and gentlemen. Hang on, we seem to have got some kind of syntaxal crossover here, apparently. You're an RC? Regular clerk, kind of a Bob Cratchit, kind of. Now, how about the young lady? What kind of work you do? No, the young lady was just a consultant. Just in life itself, more or less, kind of. That tie's too wide. Pull up that hem, that kind of thing. Consultant in life. How about the gentleman with the beard here? Just town posing as an Iranian student, are you there, sir? What kind of work you do? Oh, there's two men with beards. Okay. I'll try this. How about you, sir? What do you do? You do budgeting. Now, why'd you get into budgeting, sir? The fast cars, the women, the lifestyle, swinging on the Riviera one day. And the other gentleman? Nuclear fit. Yeah, I would check that severe diphthong first, yes, sir. Always a help to pronounce the field you're involved with, sir. Now, yeah, I took that nuclear physics stuff. Yes. A data processing technician. She may have a gun. I'm going to try and keep her talking until the authorities arrive, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you're not Sarah Jane Moore's daughter. No. Now, what's your name? Hi, Terry. Hello. Kind of a... What is that, sir? This very generous man here. Obviously, you don't teach posture here in town, sir. Now, you've been writing letters to viewer mail, but your letter hasn't... You're Terry? You know, I remember Dave saying something about next week. Are you from Sacramento? Yeah, you're from around here? Yes, sir. Of course. Yeah. You know, I'll bet that'll be on next week, probably, that letter. No, but see, if I was to take the letter, they would never put it on. See, it has to go through the regular channels. But you wrote a funny letter? 5 letters. Well, I don't know what we can... What do you do here in town? You're a data processing tech for the county. So you pretty much kind of punch in, then go home and write letters to Dave. Okay, well, I'll get on that as soon as I've got some more time here tonight, but I will get on that. In fact, Dave, what time is it in New York? Scott, see if you can get Dave for me on the phone, would you? We're going to check into that right now for you, so we'll see. This is how you diffuse a potentially dangerous situation, ladies and gentlemen. But Terry, I will check into that for you. I'll certainly do what I can. How about a lady like Tom Selleck? What do you do? Legal services. Well, they would have to be, wouldn't they? Now, is this some sort of quarantine section down here? Is this some kind of a bus tour group? Now, why are you people separated from the others? How about this distinguished-looking man here with the glasses? What do you do? Retired. Now, what kind of work are you retired from? A teacher. Certainly. What? I guess the rest of you didn't go to school, missed out on a lot. Very hard job teaching, really. It is a tough job, because kids don't even think as a human being. Grammar school is the worst. Remember the first time you ever saw a teacher outside? To me, it was unbelievable. It was like, there's Mrs. Johnson, and she's buying groceries. You know, what is she going to do with that stuff? You know. You can never imagine a teacher being married. Imagine being married to her, be getting homework all the time. Now, how about the young lady? Is this some tutoring pupil of yours, sir? Probably helping? Former student? Teacher as well? Retired from the state? Oh, state service. No, that's not the penitentiary, obviously. That was good. Good heavens. Curious thing. How about the other gentleman here with the beard? What do you do, sir? A pharmacist. Oh, so free rubbers, I guess, for you, huh? Yeah. I guess that works out pretty good. Well, the famous comedy dribble glass. Boy, you fall for that each time. You know, oh, those laughs unlimited, folks. Oh, people up there in the balcony there. How you guys doing? Guess that's pretty much our remedial section there. There is a 400 SAT minimum to get in. I guess some of you are not. Oh, there's a good crowd. Look at these people hanging right on the edge there, right on the. How are you guys doing? Pretty good there? How about that lady that has both her hands up? What do you do? Wait a minute. Apparently some sort of quadra head up there. Perhaps if one person could speak, it would make it easier here. What do you do? She seems to have fallen 3 flights, ladies and gentlemen. You work for Pacific Bell. Now, what is your job when all right. What is your job when the repair line rings? You're not to answer it? I hate dealing with the phone. They act like your parents, don't they? If you break your phone, they try to teach you a lesson by making you stay in one day next week, you know? You broke your phone, you're grounded Friday between 9 and 5. No, I do not know what time we'll be there, young man. You just sit and wait. You know. It's a true story. My phone breaks. I make an appointment to get it fixed on Wednesday. I went all day Wednesday. Nobody comes. Thursday, I'm real mad. I call from a payphone. Woman says, we couldn't get out to your house yesterday. We tried to reach you, but apparently your phone is out of order. I says, when can you fix the phone? We'll be home Thursday. I said, yeah, I'll be home Thursday between 9 and 5. Thursday comes. I'm up at 8 o'clock. I'm standing at the front door for 7 hours waiting for this guy. Finally, at 4:30, I can't take any longer. I go in the bathroom for 2 minutes. I come out. There's a note on the door. Sorry, we missed you. You know that.
That was Jay Leno, ladies and gentlemen, live on stage at one of the concerts I produced back in 1986. He is so funny. It's great to be able to share his material. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us for this special 2-headliner podcast. Next week, we'll have another great show. Thanks for listening. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Stand-Up Comedy, Your Host and MC. For information on the show, merchandise, and our sponsors, or to send comments to Scott, visit our website at www.standupyourhostandmc.com. Look for more episodes soon and enjoy the world of stand-up comedy. Visit a comedy showroom near you.